everyone's house pet bird, not like a sparrow or something. It was like a little parakeet, like a little yellow bird. Flew into the Great Hall, like windows, and it just knocked itself out and fell to the ground. So the kids, who are like teenagers, they come running to the office with this bird that's like unconscious. And they're like, Janet, can we save the bird? It's still alive. Like, can we keep him in the office and have him be an office bird? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, why not? That sounds fun. I like birds. We put him in this like box that you keep papers in. It didn't have a top. The kids put like grass and leaves and shit in there. And the bird's just sort of like half waking up but still laying down. And I'm getting ready to go home and I'm like, well, what do I do with this bird? Like, all the kids got on the bus. They went home and I guess I got to take him home, right? I can't leave him here overnight. So I take the box, I put it in my car. I drive home. Everything's fine. I get to my house and take the box out with the bird in it. He's been totally fine. Didn't wake up. He's not freaking out. He's just fucking laying there being an unconscious bird, but he's like blinking. So I go to take the box into my house and this motherfucker wakes up and just fucking flies like to a chain link fence, like a few feet away from me. And I was just like, oh fuck, like this bird's gonna fucking fly away. Like, I gotta catch him. So I like really carefully put the box down. I'm like, I gotta catch this motherfucking bird. And I go like this to grab him and he flies up to a power line and I'm like, fuck, like he's almost in the trees, like he's about to fucking get away. And then before you know it, like 2 minutes later, he's just gone. He just flies into Boston, into the wilderness. I had this sort of like moral dilemma of what I'm gonna do. So of course my first instinct is to go to the pet store and to see if there's some bird there that could possibly pass off as this bird that the kids got, and there just wasn't. They were all green and they didn't look right. They were gonna know for sure. So the next day I went into camp and everyone was like, Jenna, where's the office bird? And I was like, you know what guys, I'm really sorry, but the office bird, he died in his sleep last night. And everyone was like, oh, that's so sad. Like, you know, at least you tried to take care of him. And I was like, yeah, That's the worst lie I've ever told. And at least that came clear. Like, I had a giant weight lifted off of my conscience to rectify the fact that I let this fucking Houdini bird get out of my fucking car. I went to the pet store and I promised the kids I would get them another office bird, and I named him Donnie. That's pretty embarrassing. I let a bird go, an imaginative child, and I like to spend a lot of my time just off in my own little la la land in my brain, just doing Jenna stuff. Like, I was just a fucking weird ass kid. I was running around my backyard pretending that I was a buffalo, like a water buffalo, like a big one. I was like snorting and grunting and running around like, I'm a buffalo, here's my herd, come on herd, and like there's no one else with me, I'm playing alone. So I just get fucking all into my buffalo character, like I'm just going ape shit, I'm buffalo, and I ran full force in my stampede of imaginary buffalo into the back of my mom's Honda, like her car, and I smashed her taillight open. I just remember her running out, me being like, something got in the way of her herd, like, oh no. And she was like, Jenna, you just smashed my taillight open on my car. Like, you could see the wires and the lights hanging out. And my head was fine. I was just sort of like, mom, I gotta get back to my game. Like, you don't understand, the other buffalo, they need me. I'm their leader. That's pretty fucking embarrassing that as a child, I was so committed to my imagination that not even a car is gonna stop me from leading my fellow water buffalo to whatever the fuck we were doing. All right, now at Wells College. I had a great time. You wouldn't think you'd have a great time in an all-girls college when you're 13. You're like, boys. And so one day we were riding bikes, and there's this giant hill. It's like in the Finger Lakes, kind of. For those of you that don't know, it's like lots of pretty lakes and hills and grass and farms and cows and wee summer. There's like maybe 10 of us. We're riding bikes, and we get to this giant hill, and we're like, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna ride down this hill, and this thing is gigantic. It's not only steep, it's also very, very, very long. So you're going to be going down the hill for a long time. It's not like the first time I've ever ridden a bike. Like 13, at this point, I'm like an expert, okay? And I'm riding my bike down this fucking hill. And all of a sudden, I like see the squirrel a little ways in front of me. And he starts hopping out. Oh, hey, I'm a squirrel. Look at me. Just minding my own business, looking for acorns. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, he's not moving. He's not moving. He's like right in front of me, and everybody's like behind me, and I'm like whipping it down this hill like I give a fuck. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And the hill is so steep that if I like slam on the brakes or try and swerve out of the way, I run the risk of just wiping out and breaking every bone in my body. So I'm just hoping and praying. I'm like screaming. I'm like, get out of the way, squirrel, get out of the way. He's not moving, and as I get closer and closer, I'm like going so fast. He He starts doing that, like, doesn't know which way to go, so it just freaks out. It does that in front of my bike, and I'm just, like, bracing for a squirrel impact, and I run him over right in the middle. I ran over a squirrel on a bike. So that's not really embarrassing. But what was embarrassing is I keep going down the hill, and as I'm going down, I can't look back because I'm gonna die if I do. So I just start bawling my eyes out. I'm crying, riding my bike. I finally get to the bottom of the hill, and everybody else comes behind me, and they're like, "Oh man, did you see that squirrel back there? It was like cut in half. Like somebody ran over it. It was wild." He was like jerking all around, and I just like slammed my bike on the ground and just started crying my eyes out. And they were ripping on me forever. They just thought it was the funniest fucking thing. A, that I ran over a squirrel on my bike, which I'm pretty sure is mathematically almost impossible. And B, that I was like absolutely heartbroken that I had just murdered a squirrel via bicycle. And it's still a sore fucking topic, so don't bring it up, alright? Telling you this in confidence. Alright, so my next embarrassing story involves my high school